I'm Sandy de Lissovoy, and I'm going to talk about a recent project of mine, a part of which is in the New Waves 2020 exhibit at Virginia MOCA. I think of these objects as liberated fragments. They come out of a long interest of mine in studying shapes, and these are new abstractions from gerrymandered border shapes. So I've looked for a while now at the absurdity of how congressional voting districts have been drawn up to carve up constituencies in order to keep one political party firmly in power, even though it may not actually be a majority of the popular vote. Ridiculous maps result from gerrymandering voter districts either by packing all of the likely dissenting voters into very few districts of a state, or by splitting those dissenting voters into many districts to dilute their votes. The party in power can really game democracy this way. My objects are released from those troubling, crazy designs. Preceding this series of sculptural fragments, one of which is in the New Waves show, I made a larger set of sculptures created from the exact tracings of gerrymandered congressional districts in Ohio and in Texas. The shapes are cut from large sheets of aluminum, then bent, bolted, painted, and installed. They're now installed at the South Bend Museum of Art in Indiana. These shapes are the exact lines of packed districts in those states. Drawing attention to their absurdity, the sculptures are installed like monuments, stacking and repurposing the shapes in precarious positions. The sculpture that is exhibited in New Waves is part of a series of these fragments, each with a completely unique form. I made these smaller fragments from the excess cuts of the large aluminum plates, intuitively cutting them up, bending and bolting separate parts together. I looked for combinations of shapes that pleased me, but also selected positions so that the digitally cut edges would be apparent and legible. Through folding, painting, and recomposing the forms, occasionally they take on natural shapes more familiar to the history of painting and sculpture, like waves, trees, flowers, and birds. Other times they're just abstract. I felt like I was able to access a freer recomposition process with these smaller fragments that allowed those malicious partisan designs to become new collaged forms.